Fresh out of a massive dub over the Kansas City Chiefs from the Buffalo Bills. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Poyer.
Yeah, sir.
What up, Paul? Good to see you, man. How's life?
Life is life, brother. You know, it's just breathing and walking, man. It's a beautiful life, man.
Hey, life.
Blessed to be here, bro.
Life is life, and especially whenever you're on a defense that is as pummeling as you guys were against that Chiefs team. Hey, my big takeaway was that you guys beat up the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't think that is normally something that we say about the Buffalo Bills defense. Not that we don't think you're a tough group, but it felt like you guys established some dominance. Is Bosa a reason for that as you guys get in there, or why do you think maybe you guys looked a little different against this Chiefs team?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, anytime your pass rush is playing that way, anytime your defensive line is playing like that, it makes it a lot easier on the back end. And, you know, it was huge emphasis going into this game to really play team defense, you know, all around the board. And, you know, we had a great game plan going in, and just being able to execute that was a huge highlight. You know, players made plays. Got one of the boys right here. I want y'all, this is a new friend. Come over here. I want y'all to see the new friend of the show right here. Y'all got to get this man on. Yeah. Mr. Maxwell Harriston right here.
Hey, Max, what up, dude? How you doing, bro?
What's the deal?
Hey, life is good, huh? Just beat the shit out of the Chiefs. Now we're living large up there in Buffalo. Okay, Max.
Yes, sir. This the guy right here, man. He a great young player, man. Gonna be a player for a long time. A huge player in the game. And, yeah, man, just wanted to go in and play some really good team defense, and we did that, and hopefully we can carry that momentum into this weekend going down south.
Okay, let's talk about you being an old-ass man now. You know, they talked about you being a mentor in a couple different articles about Cole Bishop. Obviously, Max stopping by there. What is it like now at this stage of your career? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, man. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to just be here to, you know, be with this program again. You know, I didn't want to leave after getting cut here a couple years ago. And, you know, you could say I went down south with just kind of more anger that I got cut from here, and you know that situation was what it was. I learned a lot about myself, learned a lot about life, and I couldn't be more grateful to be here. They call me Unc now.
Yes,
which is crazy. You know, and you know this is where I want to retire. This is where I've said it many times. This is where I want to retire. I love this city. I love this organization. I love these fans. And you know, I couldn't think of a better situation to be here. The role I'm in is obviously a lot different than I've had before, but really just embracing it and just trying to help, you know, these young players come along, trying to help this team and do everything that I can to help this team, you know, go on this run. And so it's been really special. And you know, we're halfway through the season, and you know, we got some momentum right now. We want to keep that going, and you know, we go down south this weekend, and it's been a roller coaster for sure. But you know, just grateful for it all.
Yeah, Unc, you're an old-ass man. You guys are 6-2. Obviously, I've already had your bye week, so your old-ass body is certainly going to be tested as we go forward. D-Bud has a question for you.
Absolutely, Jordan. I want to ask you, how's the body feeling? How's the mind? And what did you see out there? Because Mahomes had his worst completion percentage in his career against you guys. I know both teams were very familiar with each other. What did you see out there on the field from 15?
Yeah, you know, the body feels great. You know, obviously not getting any younger, but this is definitely the healthiest that I've been since, you know, I tore my UCL in 2022. That kind of trickled down with a lot of different injuries. You know, the mind is always where it needs to be. You know, just continue to practice, training the brain, training the mind, continue to evolve. And yeah, like I said, we went in with a game plan that we knew we had to execute as a collective, as a team, playing team defense. Whether it be our looks, whether it be, you know, again, hits on the quarterback, making plays on the football, making plays when they presented themselves. And, you know, playing at home always helps with the crowd noise. That might have been the loudest I've ever heard that place. And, you know, I haven't played in a home game there since 2023. And, you know, you're in the huddle and you forget how loud it actually is. You know, TB screamed the play call. And, you know, that's just a shout out to our fans. And again, you know, we came in, we executed the game plan, and you know, we had a lot of especially young guys step up and play extremely well, like Max, like Cole, and Joey's he's just insane. So,
yeah, yeah, it feels like watching him. He potentially is an absolute monster around there. Good to see him getting a chance to go on a run. And I talked about it there with you guys being 6-2, but literally everything's in front of you. And the narrative after you guys beat the Chiefs is like, well, the Bills always beat the Chiefs in a regular season, so who cares? You know, who cares or whatever. Huge win, monster win. Fun to watch you guys play in all three phases. And on that note, you guys, very successful when you get a break. Go ahead, B.A.
Yeah, Jordan,
you guys have always done a great job after your bye week. I think Sean's got an unbelievable record. What is it about that bye week and what Sean does to get you guys on these hot runs every year?
Yeah, we have a really good coaching staff here who takes pride in making the adjustments, and that week isn't necessarily just a break off, right? There's a lot of guys that stay here throughout the bye to continue to try to work on their bodies, to study the film, with the coaches, and we even came back a day earlier. Tackling was a huge emphasis in the loss against Atlanta before the bye. So we came in, everybody had a report on Monday. We were in full pads on Monday, and we were hitting, and so just understanding, and I think again the bye happening when it was, being able to look back on some of the things that we did well and continue to do those, and some of the things that we didn't do well and continue to work on those. And Sean, being the defensive minded guy that he is, we came back and we made those adjustments, and again I want to keep that momentum going. We're playing really good team defense right now, and that's what it's about. And again, we got another great test this weekend down south in Miami against a hungry Miami football team, and so we gotta be ready to play. We gotta prepare well, like we have been, and we're gonna be excited for the opportunity.
Who knows what that Miami Dolphins team looks like after 4 p.m. today? Okay, there's been a lot of moves made. Have you been paying attention at all? Sauce Gardner is now a member of the Indianapolis Colts. Okay, you need to know that. Okay, there's shit going on right now, Jordan.
Yeah. That's crazy. I don't know who won that deal, but the AFC, the Colts, they look like a solid team, and we'll see how that.
Yes, we will, Jordan. Yes, we will. Okay, we got Danny Dimes, obviously, phenomenal quarterback. You guys have the MVP. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Jordan, Josh Allen was obviously unbelievable when you were in Buffalo, but what have you noticed about his player? I guess how much better do you think he has gotten since your short time away, now being back in Buffalo?
I mean, that's the MVP, man. I said it when I signed in Miami. He's the best quarterback in the game, and that's for a reason. He just continues to build his level of awareness, his confidence. He knows he's great, and he knows the team feeds off of his energy, and he comes in every day with that right mindset. He's a quarterback that you want to play for. Somebody who's just nasty, savvy, can make every throw, can run everybody over, and again, just his confidence levels through the roof, and he's somebody that you just want to go to battle with every Sunday, or every day of the week.
Nasty and savvy, great words to be described as. He's nasty and savvy. I mean, that is a bar there. I enjoy the thought of that. Hey, before we get any more football questions in, Connor wanted to bring it up, but he's going to ask you an actual football question, so I'll just address it here. Do you have a hand pan still? Are we still hand panning or no? Have we gotten better?
I do. I'm on the rap drum now, which is similar like a hand pan, but it's I'll bring it on next time.
I'm a big fan of the rap drum.
You're a fan
of
the
rap drum.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. So you play the rap drum. How do you what do we do?
It's exactly like a hand pan, but the tones string out a little bit longer. It doesn't just hit the tone and stop. The tones string out a little bit longer, and it makes the sound just a lot more soothing. So it's a lot more enjoyable.
Max, what are you doing, Max? Okay, what are you doing, Max? We're talking about a rap drum. Okay, have a little respect, dude. We talk. Oh, you're playing this? Is that you, Jordan? Which one?
You have to dress like that.
That is not me.
Comes with the instrument.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, any Caucasian that's got dreads, any Caucasian that got dreads, you know that they've made some decisions. They've made some, it's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
Some deep decisions.
Yes, they've made some decisions on how their life is going to go. And I'm not saying they're not a good time. I've certainly been around a lot of them. Okay, I've been to an all good festival or two. You see a lot of that. But they've certainly decided that they are committing fully to the bit. We are.
Parents aren't too happy with those guys.
Well, unless they come from parents of Caucasian dreadheads.
True. And then their grandparents do.
Carrying on the legacy.
I do think there is legacy Caucasoid
no doubt.
dreadheads. I do believe that is something that happens.
They all play instruments.
I think they all play this instrument. I think they all good. You put this instrument in their hands. If I had to guess,
Just know how to play.
you see a white with dreads, you bring this one over, strap up. There's a show coming.
Strap up.
They are very comfortable in that thing.
Go to a portal. Oh.
Yeah, you are about to go into a portal.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about a portal of you being Unk now. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Jordan, aside from the defense, do you feel yourself also mentoring like the wide receivers and the tight ends just because you have such a wealth of information on NFL defenses that kind of sharing that with the offense helps with them as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to be an open book. You know, there's a lot of young players still. I mean, even on the practice squad, you know, that are, you know, ask questions here or there. You know, how's this leverage work here? If I'm running this route, you know, what does it look like if I stem it like this? And, you know, even, you know, so I just really trying to be open book. I've seen a lot of football, you know, both offensively and defensively. And so, yeah, there's a lot of guys that'll come up to you and ask small questions here or there. And really, again, you know, my role now, trying to be a mentor, trying to continue to guide these guys. And also, you know, I'm starting now, so really preparing myself to continue to play at a high level and make sure we're solid on the back end and we're connected on the back end. So, yeah, man, it's an Unk role for sure, but embracing it and enjoying it.
Yeah, let's talk about the Unk role here before we let you go. And obviously, we're very gracious for your time here. I think I saw 47% of the snaps or something like that. How is that at this stage? Because I got a chance to watch Matt Hasselbeck. Matt Hasselbeck was a starting quarterback. We draft Andrew Luck. Matt Hasselbeck has to make the decision that he's going to come in and he's going to be the backup quarterback. Like, that is a transition stage of a career. Now, he played valuable minutes for us. We needed Matt Hasselbeck. He was awesome. But mentally, it was a decision. You playing this year, I assume you knew what the deal was and obviously understand at this stage. You said you're going to be obviously getting more plays. You're back at starter. But that mindset of just being able to say, yeah, I'm cool with whatever after accomplishing so much and being all-pro Poe, how is that kind of mindset as you address it?
Yeah, you know, initially coming in, I came in August 28th, knowing I'm signing to the practice squad. And yeah, you know, Micah had told me last year, you know, it was one of the most humbling experiences, right? Because you are the guy for so many years, and now all of a sudden, you know, you're on the scout team, you know, doing scout team defense. Shit, I was even doing scout team offense, running routes at a couple weeks during the season. And so to that point, yeah, it's very humbling. But you know, I'm in a place in my life, you know, I've overcome a lot of different things in my life, had so many ups and downs, and to really just, again, be here, to be able to kind of ride off in the sunset on my own terms with the organization that I care about and that has essentially raised me in this NFL league and the NFL world. You know, to me, it's the right way to go. You know, last year was a tough year all around, and you know, kind of what the future looked like was very uncertain. And you know, there was probably a good time of probably 2 or 3 months in the off season where I was retired and I was ready to hang up my cleats, and I was okay with that, you know. And you know, as I sat with it more and more, and conversations started to come up more and more, the idea of, you know, possibly coming back to Buffalo, you know, on a call it Micah Hyde plan, you know, I started to be intrigued by that. And obviously knowing that how I know I can impact the game a lot, also not just being on the field, right? I've seen a lot of ball. You know, they got a lot of young guys here that, you know, I just am trying to help bring their game to the next level. Because when I was a young player in the league, I had guys like Tashawn Gibson, Dante Whitner, Jim Leonard. You kind of take me under their wing and showed me how to be the pro, showed me how to take care of my body, how to watch film. And so the Joe Haydens, you know, and you know, I promised myself if I ever got to that age where, you know, people are calling me Unk, that's going to be, this is my way of giving back to the game, giving back to the organization, and again, just staying ready for whatever situation, whether it's starting, whatever that is. And so, you know, now here we are, you know, week 9, I'm back in the lineup, and it feels good. Again, my body feels good, spirit feels good, and, you know, I'm excited for this run that we're on.
You're still ridiculously handsome, too, so congrats on that. Yeah.
My wife would appreciate that.
Yeah, you will be aging differently than the dreaded white guys forever, and we understand that. But, hey, congrats. We're happy to see you at this stage of life. Obviously, we've known you for a while now. We've seen you go through a bunch of different inspiring moments, a bunch of big-time moments, a bunch of tough moments. I mean, we feel like we followed along through our appreciation of you and your time for our show. So we're happy for you, man, that you're at peace. We hope you enjoy it all, and good luck to you the rest of the way.
I appreciate y'all. It's so good to see y'all. Y'all boys keep stepping, man. Love.
All right, tell Max we want him on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you tell him right now.
Max, some point we need you on. Okay, hey Max, good to see you. Need you on the show at some point, dude. Need you to be. Will you come on sometime?
Yeah, just let me know.
All right. We'll let you know. All right, we appreciate you. All right, Max and Jordan Poyer, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.